Welcome, welcome, welcome to Universal Studios Hollywood. We're going to do a really fun construction update today, but let's start out at Universal CityWalk before we head into the park because we have a really big update. Coming out here onto CityWalk, it is so empty, but our big update isn't in front of us, it's actually behind us. That's right, Universal Studios, NBC Sports, Grill and Brew, there's a silent and, or a not written and, Grill and Brew is finally open. This restaurant is open starting at 3 p.m. every day, and it's been a long time since it's been under construction. We're gonna check out the rest of CityWalk after our theme park visit. So let's right now head towards Universal Studios Hollywood. I love coming early here to Universal Studios Hollywood for a number of reasons. The main one, there's not a lot of people here right now and we can get on a lot of rides. A quick update before heading in, the Universal Studios store now has merchandise for the Tokyo Olympics. They're right in front and there are some generic Tokyo merch, but also some that's Universal themed. Here is just a look at crowd levels about 40 minutes before opening.
Come on guys, who's tagged you under the butt today? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make some noise! Welcome to Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA.
So it is 8:30 and it doesn't look like they're doing an official rope drop. Usually before COVID, they would set it up right here at the edge of Starbucks and then they would count you down from here. But it seems like they're letting you disperse throughout the park. My guess is there's still gonna be a rope drop to get to the lower lot, but we'll see. Now there is a lot of stuff to talk about, to look at today. Our main focuses are gonna be, of course, the lower lot Super Nintendo World construction, Halloween Horror Nights, but we're gonna look at some attraction wait times. Even on a busy day, if you get here in the morning, completely empty. I mean, how cool is it to see the park this empty? Unfortunately, they have started to line people up to go down to the lower lot, so my guess is it's gonna be another 30 minutes. So everyone here is lining up for the lower lot. I was just told by one of these awesome Universal team members that not only is the lower lot probably not gonna open until 9, but Jurassic World is going to have a delayed opening. So while we are here just waiting for that lower lot to open, let's look at some fun things out here in Springfield. I love this fake graffiti on the trash cans. I also love these fake toys. We have dinner on a stick, crusty logs, just like real logs, only much smaller and much less durable. Cletus's Chicken Shack is one of my favorite restaurants here. They have chicken and waffles, which taste delicious. Back behind the facade of this police station is actually seating for Cletus's Chicken Shack. Despite that really long line to get into the lower lot, once it's open, it's open. You don't need to wait in line. There's a lot to look at here in Super Nintendo World, including that entire second level is now completely closed off. We're gonna get a much closer view and then we're gonna come back up and get a better view from up here. I just wanna make sure I get on some attractions before the lines get too long. It looks like they have switched over the banners here, so instead of being F9 banners, they're now Sing 2 banners. Jurassic World is down, so we're gonna head down this way. Looks like nobody's here. I don't know of all my years going on this attraction if I've ever been the first person on the attraction. Now from this area, you can actually see Mount Beanpole peeking out right over the studio store. Now, right behind the Mummy Queue, you can't really see it right now, is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Halloween Horror Nights maze. We'll get a better look at that a little bit later. And at 9:05, I'm already off the attraction. Mask off because we're outdoors, and we'll see what's open. So it turns out Jurassic World is closed. Seems the only thing open is the Mummy. Might as well do it again. Looks like the line was about 30 minutes. Single rider, nobody in it. Coming around this entrance to Super Nintendo World, which is right on the side of Jurassic Cafe here in the Jurassic World the ride, you can see a little bit more concrete has started to turn this corner. But other than that, this is looking pretty much the same. Okay, looking over here at the warp pipe entrance, they must have known I was coming because they covered up this whole thing with tarp. Not much to see here. Over here you can see a little bit more of Mount Beanpole peeking out. And of course, Transformers has single riders as well. Just as I suspected, absolutely no wait for single rider. and I got row 1. Coming all the way back here, we can get a little bit of a view of the warp pipe that'll let you in. So they haven't even begun to cycle Jurassic World, so it might be a little while until they open. As of right now, wait times are 30 minutes Harry Potter, 20 minutes Flight of Hippogriff, 25 Ollivander's now open, Studio Tour at 10, Secret Life of Pets is 5, Despicable Me is not open, Simpsons Ride is 55, Kung Fu Panda is 10, Transformers is 10, Revenge of the Mummy is 35. Coming back here just to show off the Hills of Super Nintendo World from the lower lot. Just what's going to be visible when you're not in the land. Okay, Super Nintendo World, lots to look at here. First, that entire second level has been completely closed off, which means we can no longer see through to the back. That's pretty cool. That means progress. Another thing to look at is the sheer amount of steel that has been added to Mount Beanpole. There are also some umbrellas over on the second level towards the top of the staircase. We'll get a better view of this a little bit later from the upper lot smoking section right over there. From here, we can also see what I believe to be the quick service restaurant on the left-hand side. It might be some of the indoor interactive features, but whatever that is has started to become a lot more enclosed. The scaffolding is completely surrounding it, which means they're going to be adding walls pretty soon. Of course, another thing to look at right here is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Halloween Horror Nights house. We've been predicting that this was going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre for a pretty long time now, and we can finally confirm, well, Universal can confirm that this is exactly what it is. Because we can see from up here that Jurassic World still isn't cycling, we're going to head up to the upper lot. Coming here towards the Parisian courtyard, we now have confirmation of the Bride of Frankenstein Lives house right over here. The Bride of Frankenstein Lives. Now, I was wrong. I have to admit I was wrong. When I was here last time, I saw this book and I said, there is no way this is going to be The Bride of Frankenstein Lives, even though that's what was rumored. And now there is a sign and I was wrong. Now people see this and they think, oh, it must be a really small maze. No, it's not. It takes up the entire Parisian courtyard. Going all the way past that house, there's a giant courtyard in there. This is going to be a really, really big maze. Now coming around this way, it's been a couple weeks since I've been on Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash. Might as well do it. The line looks short enough that it's not really worth using Express when it's just out here. I've already posted a pretty detailed view of both queues, the Universal Express and the regular standby queue, but while we're here, I'll just show you some of the fun animatronics that are in the queue. I've spoken about this attraction a couple of times and talking about the walls, but pay attention to the standby queue and how many really detailed things are on the walls that give you a lot to look at, and then keep that in mind for what comes later. So remember what I was saying about themed walls? Here's a giant blank wall in the middle of the queue. Super unthemed walls, super themed walls, well-themed wall, empty wall, empty wall. And here we go again. A huge long staircase, nothing on the wall. Here's an update. They still haven't added logs to this fireplace, so it's still just an empty alcove. Here we go again. Fantastic walls this way. Blank wall over here. Here's another egregious one. Not here. Not here. A little bit here, but I guess that's from exit, so it doesn't really matter. But right here, this huge wall, completely empty. As you leave the attraction, this entire stairwell still has nothing on it. Heading this way past Super Silly Funland, we're going to head into the smoking area over here, or should I say the former smoking area, and check out Super Nintendo World. Now, it is a very hazy day, but that doesn't matter because Super Nintendo World is right here. Like we said earlier on our way to the lower lot, there is just a lot more steel here. You can see the tents towards the middle of the land. There also appears to be some new theming element. I'm not quite sure what this is. Maybe somebody can point it out and leave it in the comments. I think we are getting really, really close to starting to see some of these walls come in and starting to see this area look a lot more like the Super Nintendo World. Coming around this way, the Parisian courtyard, you can see a little bit of some lighting and theming for the Bride of Frankenstein Lives. This looks like it's going to be a very tall maze that looks to be about 12 or 15 feet high. Now I'm going to head this way because Jurassic World the ride is open and I just want to see how long the wait is. As of the taping of this video, which is towards the end of July 2021, LA does not have a mask requirement for outdoors, but once you go indoors, your mask needs to be on. A lot of people are still wearing their mask outside, including me when I'm near anyone. So I just had lunch at Cletus's Chicken Shack. Headed down to the lower lot because Jurassic World the ride is open right now. So single rider was showing a wait. I decided to do express because there was no wait for that. Here we are in Jurassic World the ride, my favorite spot in the far back on the right side. I do like front row, but back row is nice because you don't get as wet. But I love the right side because you can see Super Nintendo World, which we're going to see in just a couple seconds. I loved that attraction. It was fun to be on, but the Indominus Rex, the reason I wanted to board that attraction, it was not working. Now, on my way up, I'll just let you know, so far today, I've done Revenge of the Mummy twice, Transformers the Ride 3D, came to the upper lot, checked out some Horror Nights construction, did Secret Life of Pets off the leash, had lunch, went down to the lower lot, and went on Jurassic World the ride. And out of all of those attractions, I only used Express once. Now, Hogsmede is definitely the most busy area of the park, which tends to happen during summertime. Now, here's a tip about Butterbeer. Now, you might know that there are 2 Butterbeer carts in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. There's one right here, and there's one closer to the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey attraction. But did you know you can also get Butterbeer inside? Not just regular Butterbeer, but hot Butterbeer too, which is fantastic. You can get it right here in the 3 broomsticks, or go right over here to the Hogshead and get it inside. And the Hogshead only has 1 person in line, so it seems like this was the right choice. So I've definitely said this before when talking about frozen Butterbeer, but they give you a paper straw, which makes it really difficult to enjoy the Butterbeer. So if you go down to the main street, I guess, of Universal Studios Hollywood, there's a Starbucks location. And at that Starbucks location, you guessed it, they have plastic straws. So here from the studio tour queue, we can get a little bit of a better view of what's going on in the back lot. We're gonna go on the studio tour and see what we can see from there. Here we are in the studio tour. We're going to check out some construction, check out a bunch of things. So the first thing to see kind of through here is Super Nintendo World. We won't get a great view here, but we'll get a much better view when we get to the lower lot. Starting on this side, we now finally know what this is going to be. This is going to be a brand new campus for Universal employees. There is some brand new concept art of this space that I'll put in. But here's what it looks like now. It's going to be really big.
This is a different soundstage on our lot. One of the coaches on The Voice is Kelly Clark. To the right, it's true, our universe is expanding, and very soon we will be opening Super Nintendo Land.
Not much to see through here of Super Nintendo World other than just scaffolding.
Well, I mentioned the Universal CityWalk.
Yeah!
We like to use
That guy knew what I was doing. I was kind of pumping my fist like Mario, and he screamed Mario back at me. That was pretty cool. On this side, we have a brand new Wicked logo, a brand new Wicked poster. We're starting to get faded, and a new Jurassic World Dominion poster, which was not here before. Looks like we are not going into the back lot this way. Last time we were here, they were doing a Fast and Furious press junket back there. We'll get to go in, which is pretty exciting, but we won't be going back there. This is kind of sad, but it's a sign of the times. This is the catering tents. You can see all the tables are individual and 6 feet apart from one another. This is something that hopefully we will get back to normal soon. Right over here is also where they usually have a Halloween Horror Nights tent, but I guess because of the downscaled event this year, it's not going to be out here in the back lot. It is pretty rare that we get to go through this London section of the back lot, but I guess because Courthouse Square is closed, this is kind of an abbreviated backlot tour. This effect here, I don't know if you know about it, but the tram used to go on top of it, and it was called the collapsing bridge, and it would appear as though it was collapsing beneath you. It's kind of in its collapsed state right now. Obviously that effect does not work anymore. There used to be another King Kong experience here where there would be an animatronic version of King Kong. Unfortunately, that got burned down in a huge fire that destroyed most of the Universal backlot a couple decades ago. I'm so upset. Right there is the electric studio tram. I was waiting to go on it, and it turns out it was only 2 trams behind me. As of right now, the Too Fast, Too Furious cars are not in the picture car section. Begging the question, will they be replaced or are they being used right now? So that was an absolutely crazy experience. I just did the studio tour and we got in a small accident, but I'm gonna release it in a separate video just because I don't want it to be muddled with the construction. And I need to stress, the Universal team members who dealt with that were top notch. They knew exactly what they were doing. They did it quickly, they did it efficiently, everyone was safe, everyone was fine. I did get the whole thing on video, so if you want to see it, I'll post that in a separate one. But thank you, Universal team members, for being so great at what you do. So I'm going to end my day here at Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey because I think this is the perfect way to end any Universal Studios Hollywood trip. I am coming back tomorrow, so I'll probably do Flight of the Hippogriff then. Look how crazy busy this is. Here we go, looking at the Waterworld construction. Not too much to see. There is some additional height right over here and right over there that's been added recently, but until they take down these walls right out front, there's not going to be much. Anyway, let's go check out CityWalk and some of the Halloween Horror Nights construction we can see from there. So leaving the park around 1:18 p.m. and there's still a crowd flooding in here. Thank goodness I was able to get a lot done today. Look, we made it here to Universal CityWalk Hollywood. Not much updates here to share with Twosome Chocolate Emporium and Savory Feast Kitchen. We're gonna head over here to Curious Storage parking lot to check out some Horror Nights construction. Here we go. Looks like these Horror Nights houses are looking pretty full on the outside. Still a lot of plywood to go here on the right. Now the rumor is that this one right here is going to be Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Oh, I'm not gonna say it a third time. And then over here, this is gonna be the Curse of Pandora's Box. Now, I don't know if either of these are correct. None of them have been confirmed, but these are according to Universal Parks News Today. Just so you know where this is part of the Curious Storage parking structure. This is usually the loading area for The Voice. They have people sit out here in a tent, and then they put them on trams, which bring them down to the Voice soundstage. So how do people get here? They actually walk all the way from that blue way down there over by The Simpsons, which is the studio tour loading. They walk all the way up here to visit these houses. Just for some semblance of where we are, these houses are here. That gray building right in front of us, that tall one, is Universal Cinemas. That brown one right there, that huge brown one with the castle, well, that's Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. And then there's the Universal Backlot, where we can get a much better view of that land clearing over at the east end for that brand new soundstage facility. Now, according to documents, over there in the east side, that's where they're going to be building the media village for the Olympics, which are coming here to Los Angeles. Anyway, today has been absolutely crazy. I did a bunch of rides that I was happy to do. We looked at a lot of Halloween Horror Nights construction along with Super Nintendo World, and my studio tour crashed. Thank you so much for watching this one, for being a part of all of these. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more construction updates coming soon, and thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one.